We first started looking at the feasibility roughly 3 years ago, and I think the bus has now been on order for 2 years. With all the COVID and supply chain issues, it took 2 years to get the bus delivered here.
The deal that Washington State Department of Ecology provided, which was that we would pay essentially the cost of a diesel bus, and the Department of Ecology would provide the gap funding between the diesel bus and the electric bus, was something that was really very easy to sell to the school board and to the broader community.
We'll start the bus. Green light's on, we're going.
No noise.
There's no noise. There's nothing. Under the hood, no combustion engine, so basically all you have underneath there are your typical fluids, and there is coolant. The coolant actually does several things. It's one for providing coolant for the bus, for the interior of the bus, because we actually have air conditioning, but it also cools the batteries. And that's really important, that the batteries stay at a certain temperature. And so there's a whole computerized system that will control that. The batteries are under the bus. They run the full length of the bus right through the middle. One thing that is interesting about the batteries is that they are made in individual cells. So if one cell goes bad, it doesn't kill the whole battery. You may get reduction in power, but you will not get so that you're, stuck at the side of the road. We get about 120 miles per full charge. It's got a lot of systems built into it to make it so that the bus is really safe. My plan is to try to start building up the fleet as an all-electric fleet.
The grant that we got from Department of Ecology provided $50,000 towards charging infrastructure. And we knew early on that we really wanted to put in place the foundations, the literal concrete foundations, for a more extensive charging infrastructure than that.
So what we have here is a 10-year plan for 2 more chargers and 4 more charging pedestals that will hook up to future buses. And we'll hopefully keep this process going with funding coming from the state and the federal government.
Opalco was really excited about us getting this electric bus.
We provided the service extension from the distribution system, the pole right over here, to here, which normally we charge for new services, but in this case, the board made the decision that Opalco would cover the cost of the extension.
They paid for all of the transformer, all of the ditching, all of that hookup, and then anything beyond that is where that we got covered by the grant. We were very grateful to Opalco. They were really amazing, and they're really excited for when we get to the V2G charging.
It's called Vehicle to the Grid, and in an emergency here on the island, we could actually use this gigantic battery to provide service to people who need it, potentially at the school.
I'm really grateful to just a lot of people and the school board for also their vision and really agreeing with this transition from diesel buses to electric school buses, which in the long run will operate at lower cost and much less pollution and serve as a leader as the San Juan Islands transition from internal combustion engines to electric vehicles for transportation.